that are enjoying your wonderful breakfast, please continue to do so. But once you've finished, if you'd like, you're also welcome to turn your seat around. That way you don't get a little crick in your neck, so you're welcome to turn that around at any time. My name is Sally Myers, and I am the founder of the Perris and Menifee Valley Chambers of Commerce Student of the Month program. And we began our program 19 years ago. So we are so excited to kick off our September, our very first Student of the Month program. So I want to welcome all of you today. I'd like to ask you to please stand. And our dear friend with Student Venture, Cameron Stevens, is going to lead us in our prayer this morning. And Councilman Greg August from the City of Menifee, if you'd also like to come forward, and you're going to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance this morning. Thank you. All right, Cameron.
Good morning. Congratulations, students. God bless you guys. It's an amazing accomplishment, and just the gifts and talents that you have and that are on display here this morning. It's such a pleasure to be here with you representing Student Venture. Obviously, I'm not Joe Strange. He's usually here with you guys during the month, but I'm just filling in for today. But blessed to be here to be a part of this program. Would you pray with me? Father, we come before you this morning and are so grateful, Lord God, for the day that you've given us. You've given us another day, Father, with the breath in our lungs to get up and do what you've called us to do. Father, we're thankful for this program. We're thankful for Sally and her heart to reach out to these students and these families in this community, Lord, to honor these students and what they've accomplished thus far in this year and all their years in high school so far. And Lord, as we are just still at the beginning of the year, we pray for them, Lord, as they are thinking about life after high school. They're thinking about college and university and career and maybe even family and everything else, Lord. And I just pray for wisdom and discernment that you would bless them, Father God. Speak to their hearts and minds. Guide and direct them, Lord God, in all the decisions that they make. So, Lord, that our goal in life is to honor you in all that we do. We love you. We thank you for this morning. In your name we pray. Amen.
Thank you.
Oh, step over here.
Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance to our flag. Ready, begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, gentlemen. You're welcome to be seated. The Student of the Month program actually began 26 years ago. And our first program began in Temecula, then moved up to Murrieta, over to Lake Elsinore, and then into Perris, Menifee. So we have 4 programs like this where we are honoring outstanding students. And what's really exciting is that in the number of years that we've been doing this, we have honored a little over 8,000 students. And you may say, wow, that is a lot of students. But when you think about the number of students in each one of those school districts and the fact that you have been selected, that really is a very small number of students. And so I want to tell all of our guests and our parents in particular how you all are selected for Student of the Month. We are a nonprofit organization, and we were founded to honor students for their character, for their love of learning, how they juggle numerous activities from campus activities to athletics to community service, or how they have persevered through challenging life circumstances. And it's all in a setting that honors God, our country, community, family, and something as a business owner that I believe in is free enterprise. And I don't know where you will go where you get all of that in one room. And so the Student of the Month program is one that really honors students for how they have made a difference, how they are set apart from other students, their passions, their foundation, the fact that they're not compromising their education regardless of maybe what challenges come in their way. But they have done something very special, something unique that truly sets them apart. And we come here with our sponsors and all of our superintendent and our teachers and just everyone that comes to this room to support our program to really encourage and to say to these students, you have done an amazing job and we want you to continue. And so being that you are the first Students of the Month, that is really extra special. So that is how our students are selected. It's not just by a GPA. It's not because they have hundreds of community service hours, but it is because who they are as a person, and we are here to be able to hear their stories and share in that excitement with the students today. So we have a couple folks that I want to introduce that are going to say some special words to the students, and those are our Chambers of Commerce. So we have with us this morning from the Menifee Valley Chamber of Commerce, Timothy Dalton, their Executive Director, and we also have from the Perris Valley Chamber of Commerce, Tim Moore, who's also with the VFW. So gentlemen, if you want to come forward and say a few words, and you can share your certificate to the students.
Sir. Hello, Tim. How are you? How you doing? I'm good. I'm good. Please, no, you can go first.
Okay.
Be my guest.
Great. Oh, good morning, everyone, and thank you for coming out. On behalf of the Menifee Valley Chamber of Commerce, you know, this is always a special event. I started last February with the Chamber, and right off the bat, I met Sally, and, you know, one of my first events was the Student of the Month. And coming here and seeing the bright students and the people involved, you know, was a great opportunity, and really, you know, gives you a sense of community, like Sally talked about, future or free enterprise. That's what the Chamber of Commerces are all about. And I was talking with Frank this morning. I mean, one of the things I want to congratulate the students this morning from CMI, you know, and a variety, Paloma Valley, Perris, and Heritage are all here this morning. The thing is that you guys have a great opportunity this morning. When I was going through anything, I'm former Marine, through college, everything else, I wanted to be first. I want to set the bar and have the people that come behind know what they have to inspire to be in this position. And plus the fact that when you get ready at the end of the year, now you have a full year to prepare your essays and what you run and write on, and really set your academic goals through the course of the year, to where at the end of the year you're applying for that scholarship, and that's going to pay big dividends in your future. But on behalf of the Menifee Valley Chamber of Commerce, I want to congratulate everyone this morning for an outstanding month. I know just first month in the school, and you guys are really setting the bar, so congratulations.
Do I really have to do this? My name's Tim Moore. I'm a board member of the Perris Chamber of Commerce. I'm also the post commander of the VFW Post 888 here in Perris. It's a pleasure to stand up here and be able to make a short speech, because I kind of got thrown into that real quick this morning. Didn't know I was going to do that. But I want to congratulate all the students. I know how hard it is to reach the level that you go to and the work that you put in, and how sometimes you don't get the right recognition that you need going through your schools. But be it known, in this group, we will recognize you through the full year no matter what. You have a bunch of good people here that sponsor this program. It's a great program. I found out about it last year and have tried to support it starting this year, and we will fully support this program. Both the Chamber of Commerce and the VFW will be supporting this program in full. I have talked to Sally already about it, and we're going to do the best that we can. And I want to make sure that all you students just keep doing it. It's all it takes. Keep getting your grades up, you're doing the work you're supposed to do, and you'll get there. Secondly, I'd like to thank all the veterans in this room. Thank you. Without them, a lot of this wouldn't be possible. Thank you for your service.
Thank you, sir.
I was Army.
Yeah, great.
That's awesome. It's pretty exciting to have our veterans in the room and our military service, because it is true, we wouldn't have our freedom without you all, so thank you so much. We really appreciate you. I'd like to introduce our volunteers, because without them we would not have such a well-organized program. So our chairs are Lori Ortel and Sarah Rico, and they're with the Perris Union High School District. So ladies, raise your hand in the back. They are absolutely fabulous. Thank you. And we also have Grant Bennett, and we always appreciate our superintendent, because whenever I am not here, he is going to be the MC, and we just appreciate your generosity. Where are you, Grant? I'm talking and not seeing you, okay? And we just appreciate Sarah and Lori so much for all that they do for our program. So thank you for all the years that you have been with our program as well. And of course, we have our City of Menifee and our City of Perris that also really help us out with a lot of our development and bringing in new sponsors as well. So Judy, I want to thank you with the City of Perris, so thank you for that. I'd like to introduce some of our special sponsors. We just get excited about everybody in this room, so I just want you to know that by the time you leave, you're going to know everybody. And if you don't, well, then we need to make sure you raise your hand so we introduce you. So we have Karina Colzetti with Altura Credit Union, and I think I kind of butchered your name, Karina. And so thank you very much. So these are our breakfast sponsors. So thank you, Karina. And we have Gloria Wolnick from Azusa Pacific University. And so we've been talking for years, and I'm now meeting her. It's so wonderful to meet you. Thank you so much for your participation. And of course, with the City of Menifee, you met our council member, Greg August. From the City of Perris, Judy Hani. So raise your hands, everybody. And from County Supervisor Marion Ashley's office, Amber Smalley. Thank you, Amber. And from CRNR, Ignacio Valdivia. There you go. Thank you, Ignacio. International Auto Crafters with Annie Petrelli. So thank you, Miss Annie in the back. And from Mount San Jacinto College, Terry Russell and Mary Lou Dillard. And Mary Lou is new to our program. So Mary, we just really are so happy to see you here, and welcome. Thank you. From Paradise Chevrolet in Temecula, Craig McKenzie. And Mr. Craig, you joined us last year, and we're so excited that you're with us again this year. And I have to put in a little plug because, yes, I do have a car, my Escalade, so thank you very much. I've had actually several cars from Paradise over the years, so you all do a great job. Thank you. And Perris Union High School District, we have a whole host of great folks. Our superintendent, Grant Bennett. You've met Lori Ortel and Sarah Rico. Candace Rain, so Miss Candace. And we have Dr. Marilyn Saucedo. There you are back there, Miss Marilyn. And Joe Williams. Thank you, Joe. And Kirk Skorpanich. Mr. Kirk, hello there. Good morning. It's nice to meet you. And Nick Newkirk. I kind of put them all together in one name, New name that you have. And from our Riverside County Office of Education, our superintendent, Dr. Judy White. Thank you so much, Judy, for being here. Our very first program of the season. Yes. So that's exciting. And from the Rotary Club of Perris, Mike Brins. Where's Mr. Mike? Thank you very much. We're always glad to see you. And so those are breakfast sponsors. Give them a great round of applause. And we had Mr. Dalton speak about the scholarship program. And yes, you all will have the opportunity to apply for, or I should say compete for, a great scholarship. And last year the scholarship was close to $3,000 and was absolutely amazing, comes from very generous sponsors. And so each of our schools will have the opportunity to compete against students from their own school. And so Sarah and Lori also participate in putting together the application, and they coordinate the judging and the whole process. It's absolutely a huge process. And so, like you were told now, you need to start keeping track of everything that you're doing this year, because there will be a short essay and a few questions that you will need to put together, and those applications will be available to you in the springtime. So it's a very generous scholarship that I know that every mom and dad would enjoy their son or daughter receiving. We have some of our sponsors here with us today. We have Ann Petrelli with International Auto Crafters, so thank you, Miss Ann. And Les Schwab, we have Brady LeBlanc, joined us last year and in second year of being a scholarship sponsor, and you attended our Student of the Year as well, and I think you really enjoyed that. So thank you for your contribution again this year. We appreciate you. And we also have with us today from Mount San Jacinto College, we have Terry Russell and Mary Lou Dillard again. So thank you for your generous contribution to our scholarship program, as well as Paradise Chevrolet. So Craig, you're wearing many hats as well in our program. We appreciate that. and PUMA, which is the Perris Union Management Association, and that's under the direction of Nick Newkirk, and they have some great fundraisers that they do throughout the year, and they raise money for the program, and they donate it to our scholarship program. So thank you for your generosity. We appreciate that. We have the Rotary Club of Menifee. Are there any Rotarians from the Menifee Rotary Club in the room? Usually there are, so there are not today, but they are a sponsor as well. So we just want to appreciate them. So let's give them a great round of applause. Our scholarship winners end up becoming what we call our Students of the Year. And our Students of the Year will return for a final special event, and it will be a dinner. It's usually at the Storm Stadium. And there are special sponsors that sponsor the Student of the Year event. And one is Swedish Speed and Champion Towing, which is Mark Yarborough. And he is with, he's been formerly with the City of Perris, just a great gentleman in our community. And with Costco, they provide some special beach towels. CR&R with Ignacio Valdivia, they sponsor our program as well. And so there'll be many special gifts that you'll be receiving if you are selected as Student of the Year. So now I'd like to introduce our dignitaries. They're going to come forward and just share just a few seconds of some words of congratulations to you, and they'll have some certificates that, Sarah, you'll make sure that they get their certificates to show off. So we're going to begin in this order, and you're welcome to come stand up here. Beginning will be the Assistant City Clerk of the City of Perris, Judy Haney, Councilmember Greg August from the City of Menifee, from Assemblywoman Melissa Melendez's office, Caitlin Blackmere, and from Assemblyman Jose Medina's office, Cesar Gomez, Heather Perry with Senator Mike Morell's office, Desiree Roten from U.S. Congressman Mark Takano's office, Amber Smalley with County Supervisor Marion Ashley, and from our Riverside County Office of Education, Dr. Judy White. And to conclude our remarks will be our Superintendent of the Perris Union High School District, Grant Bennett. So thank you, Judy.
Good morning. My name is Judy Haney. I am the Assistant City Clerk for the City of Perris, and I am here on behalf of the Mayor, the City Council, our City Clerk, and the entire City of Perris. We'd like to extend our sincerest congratulations to you and your families for your outstanding accomplishments and present you with this certificate that's been signed by our Mayor and our City Clerk. On a personal note, I just want to add, I've been attending this. This is going on my 12th year of attending this program. As a mother, as a future getting ready to be a grandmother here, yay! This program is so inspiring. I look forward to this each month. I miss it in the summer when we don't have the program, but you students are just an inspiration to us adults. It gives us hope for what the future has to give us. So thank you so much and congratulations.
Well, thank you very much. Before I make a few brief comments recognizing the students today, I want to tell you, since somebody mentioned the Marine Corps today, I've been doing my council job for a few years now, and I want to let you know that Sally Myers, by far, and she has no competition, is by far my favorite motivational speaker. And I want you to also know that I was in the Marine Corps as well, and that was the only way I could get anybody to listen and follow me. And later on, you might be hearing from one of the truly great Marines in our area, Master Sergeant Frank Pueblo from Paloma High School. I think he has a student here today, so thank you so much, Master Sergeant Pueblo. Okay, anyway, I am Greg August from the City of Menifee, and I'm very happy to be here this morning to support Sally's wonderful program that she brought to the community many, many years ago that celebrates and recognizes outstanding and inspirational achievement by our young students here this morning. From everyone at the City of Menifee, we want to recognize Dyra, Stacy, Ricardo, and Zal for being selected Student of the Month and wishing all of you continued success in your life. But we really have to mention and recognize and thank all the family members, the teachers and the counselors, and people that support these young students to get them where they are today. So We do have, and I want to thank all of you for thank you for having me here today. So from the City of Menifee, we have a certificate of achievement to all you students today, and congratulations, much luck in your future. Thank you.
Hello and good morning. My name is Caitlin Blackmer and I'm here on behalf of Assemblywoman Melissa Melendez, and we also would like to offer each of you students this certificate of recognition and congratulate you on your success and how far you've come from your circumstances. And I'm really looking forward to hearing each of your stories and what you've worked past and what you've gone through to get where you are today. And I'm so excited to also see where each of you go from here, and hopefully you're back serving your own community. But once again, congratulations.
Good morning. My name is Heather Perry. I'm here on behalf of Senator Morrell. I'd like to thank the sponsors, your generous donations, and to congratulate all the students and also the parents and the teachers that have contributed to helping get the students to where they are now. Obviously, your teachers and faculty have seen something special in you, and again, I'd like to congratulate you and wish you the best for the future. Thank you.
Hello, on behalf of Assemblymember Jose Medina, I'd just like to congratulate all the students that are being honored here today. Thank you.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the school year. The summer flew by us. Again, my name is Desiree. I'm with Congressman Mark Takano's office, and I'd like to congratulate each of this month's Student of the Month Award recipients. May you continue to excel in all of your academic endeavors, and good luck to you for the rest of the school year. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. On behalf of Riverside County Supervisor Marion Ashley's office, we would like to congratulate you all for receiving the Student of the Month Award. Supervisor Ashley really enjoys supporting this program, honestly. When he thinks about you and the students of this district, especially since he's from Perris Union, he gets excited and he continues to support. So we encourage you to finish this year, well, start this year off strong and finish strong as well. And we wish you the best of success. Thank you.
Good morning and congratulations. I serve as the Riverside County Superintendent of Schools. And first I want the students to look at their parents or that significant adult that's with you today, and I want you to say thank you to them. Look at them and say thank you. You have to remember, some of you guys are smiling about it, but you know what? You have to remember to say thank you and be grateful to your parents because they're here with you and they support you. As superintendent, last year I wanted to share with you that 33,699 students graduated from the whole county. And so you are a few among the best and brightest. And I leave with you a quote, and it's from Dr. Martin Luther King. And it says, whatever your life's work, do it well. Do it so well that neither the living, the dead, or the unborn could do it any better. So that's a high order to be able to live up to. We congratulate you. We are so very, very proud of you. And I'm going to contribute also to that scholarship. I was looking at the list. I know we are a breakfast sponsor, but after meeting these wonderful young people on today, I also want to be a scholarship sponsor. Thank you.
Well, good morning. As the superintendent for the Perris Union High School District, I'm so proud of the students that we have coming through our programs, through all of our schools, doing such wonderful things. And the students today are the first students of the month for the year, so you're even something more special because there's nothing like the first, right? And the district, we have a lot of great things happening in the district we're very proud of. Wednesdays is always college day as we're working towards college and career readiness. So I wore my college tie. My predecessor used to wear that gaudy UCLA one all the time. I'm wearing the Harvard of the West, Cal State Long Beach. 49er, right? Dirtbag. But it's just keeping the eye on the prize that college is the ultimate goal, but also being ready for a career and what you could do when you move on from high school. We want to say thank you to all of our sponsors that help put this on every month. Without them, we couldn't be doing such a great event. This doesn't happen everywhere throughout Riverside County. This is kind of special. There's a few pockets that Sally takes care of us and does those great things. One of the things you're going to do as students of the month, you see all those prizes that you're getting, the gifts and things. Well, you get to do something special. You get to write out something what's called a thank you note and mail these out to all the sponsors that are there. And you're going to go, well, how am I going to know who to send them to, right? Well, we just so happen to have a 3-page list of sponsors that you're going to be able to send out thank you notes to. And those are handwritten. You can't use your Chromebook and print out a little paper and paste it in there. It's a handwritten note to everybody so they know you can give them the feeling of them being part of what you earned in this. So on behalf of the Perris High School District, I want to say congratulations to the students, congratulations to the families, and thank you for being here today.
You know what is so absolutely cool about this program is that it tugs on the heartstrings of all of us. And so, Dr. White, thank you so much for offering a scholarship. We really appreciate it. And I just really was touched by that. Thank you. And for those of you in the Marines, I was born on the Marine Corps birthday in the Marine Corps Hospital in Coronado, on Coronado Island. So obviously my dad, a Marine, right? Yay. So there we go. The fun things that we get to learn about people at Student of the Month. That's why we say when you join our program as a sponsor, you really become part of the Student of the Month family. That's what we really consider ourselves, as a great family. And if you put your eyes over here on this table, this is our gift table. We've got all kinds of great gifts for you. And so from the city of Menifee, there's going to be a special gift bag for you, as well as from the city of Perris. So they are just so great about giving you special swag. You've got your thank you notes that have been donated to you, a special swag bag by International Autocrafters. It's got a plaque, some candy, a lot of goodies in it. And we've got some fun things from Loma Linda University. New Life Fellowship, Pastor Ted Norton's got a great Bible for you. So we appreciate that. We also have from Reflections Christian Fellowship, Pastor Don Meinberg is also back here as well, has a neat Bible promise book for you. So you're going to have some great reading to do. You're going to get some movie tickets. You're going to get to go all over the place, from coming back to Sizzler Restaurant, going to Denny's and Jack in the Box from our friends at Boucher Enterprises, Carl's Jr., Castle Amusement Park, Firehouse Subs in Temecula, Giovanni Pizza and Pasta, In-N-Out Burger. Their certificates are actually on their way to me, so those will be given to you as soon as they arrive. You get to go to Jersey Mike's Sub. You get to have fun at the Lake Elsinore Storm when their season begins with a special box of seating for you. You get to go to Mulligan's. My parents own Richie's Diner. You get to go them. And we have friends with Texas Roadhouse and Tri-Stone Cinema and even more things. Plus, you get to do some horseback riding. So all kinds of great things. So those thank you notes, you really do want to send them out. So with that, I want to, where did I put my, okay, can I borrow someone's program? Because I put my program in a very safe spot. Oh, here it is, program. Okay, I found it. It was such a safe spot. That's how I lose my gifts at home that I buy for people. I put it in a safe spot. I wanted to introduce all of our students and principals to you and families to you today. So with Heritage High School, if our principal Frank Arce would please stand, and his student is Dara, is it Marion? Am I saying that right? Yeah. Marion Leo Sanchez. So I want you to stand with your family and mentor teacher, so everyone at your table that's with you. So please stand. Let's give you a great round of applause this morning. Thank you. From California Military Institute, we have our principal, Michael Rhodes. If you want to please stand. And our student is Stacy Jocelyn Bencomo, and your family and mentor teacher. All stand. Congratulations to you. From Paloma Valley High School, Our newest principal, Jennifer Thomason, if you would please stand, as well as our student, Ricardo David Herzog Balderas, and your family and mentor teacher, please. There we go. And Perris High School, our principal is Juan Santos, and our student is Zaul Tenorio? And your family and mentor teacher, all please stand. Congratulations to you this morning. So we are now excited to start the student presentation part of our program. And this is where everybody just absolutely loves it. We'll have about 5 to 6 minutes dedicated to each student. And we have a little protocol on how we follow that this morning. And it will be really a time of sharing and getting to know the heart and soul of our student. And so the 6 minutes is divided into first of all, the principal, he will share or she will share for about a minute, and then we will have the student share, and you'll get about 2.5 minutes to share. And in that time, this is what you will talk about. You're going to introduce your family and guests, introduce your mentor teacher, share a little bit about your college and career goals, and share about your current life on campus. Then we want you to answer one or more of the following questions, and they are: what do you believe is your greatest contribution to your school, community, or family? Or what do you think is the most significant life lesson that you will take with you to college? Or how do you plan on giving back to our community or paying it forward? Or the final question, share a personal story that demonstrates an obstacle that you have overcome. And when you start on that part of your presentation, you want to say maybe an obstacle that I've overcome is, or the greatest life lesson that I've learned is, and that way we'll know, because if we don't think you've answered the question, I might just have to say, now wait a minute, we need you to answer these questions. So be doing that. And we have a little tissue up here. I'm going to open it because every now and then, moms, dads, students, teachers, we can get a little teary-eyed, okay? So it's okay. We'll get teary-eyed with you because we will shed tears of joy with you as well. And we are here to rejoice in your victory. We're here to rejoice in everything that you have to say. And then after the student speaks, then one family member will speak, and you'll have a minute as well. Well, I'm sorry, after the student speaks, then the teacher will share a few words, and then the parent will share, and that will conclude the remarks for each school. I'm going to leave this little note up here, so if there's any question on the questions that we want you to answer, it'll be right here. And then we are going to begin, if you look at your program, begin with Heritage High School with Frank, ours, and we will conclude with Perris High School, Juan Santos. And so each principal, when you come forward, you'll come forward with all your group together in one big group. The principal will be behind the podium, our teacher over here, the student right here, and the rest of the family here. And you're going to be in this huddle. I mean, you're going to be so close together. You're going to have your shoulders together because these great students from Paloma Valley High School are videotaping today. We want to make sure that everybody can be seen in the videotape. It will be aired on Time Warner Cable Television through the generosity of our city of Perris. The microphone goes up and it goes down. So be sure not to have it here in front of your face because we won't be able to see your face. Have it just right here and speak clearly into the microphone. And with that, I think we're ready to begin with Heritage High School, Frank R. So come forward, Mr. Frank.
Thanks. Yeah. It's on my phone too. Good morning, everyone. So I'd like to talk to you about this amazing student. Her name is Dara Liao, and Dara is actually very much on track to be our valedictorian this school year. She participates in advanced classes, various different academic programs. I recently got a chance to go out with her in the Make-A-Wish Club for a wish granting that they did, and it was an amazing event. But her lasting legacy at Heritage High School is going to be absolutely the Patriot Olympics. The Patriot Olympics is an event that she spearheaded and put together to bring together massive hundreds of students and staff members in the spirit of competition, and it was just a great time and a great fundraising opportunity for different clubs, and it's something that's going to be ongoing at our site. And that's because Dayra is all about service and helping others. She's always been very dedicated. Her mom actually shared a story, and she said that when she was only 8 years old, she first came to this country, didn't have many friends, but very quickly learned. Can you hear me? Yes? Okay. So she very quickly learned English, and she became top of her class. So I'm very proud to introduce as our Student of the Month, everyone, Dayra Liao.
I'm sorry.
There's tissues right there too.
I might need 2 of these.
It's good you get a second. Fixes the microphone.
Do you want to just talk without the mic?
Sure. Okay. Whew, okay. Well, good morning. Thank you all for coming. Thank you for having me. This is my mom, Yolanda, my sister, Joanna, my aunt, Grisel, and my cousin, Valeria. You obviously already met Mr. Arce, my principal, and Mr. Fairchild, my mentor, guidance counselor, just everything. I would like to thank all the sponsors who helped put this together, and Sally Myers for actually, making everything and honoring us students. So thank you so much. Okay. So like Mr. Arce mentioned, I came here. At just 8 years old, grew up. My dad first came here, and I had to.
You get another second.
Oh wow. Okay. Now you can hear me. I grew up for the first 8 years of my life with my dad here, visiting us 2 weeks every year. So I would like to thank my mom and my dad. Sorry. For all the sacrifices that they have made for me and my family. I am here today to stand and just represent my family and all their sacrifices, opportunities, and hope that they have given me. As I grew up throughout my life, I have seen injustice, tons and tons, and that has given me a passion to go out through life and wanting to do something about it. So with that in mind, I plan on majoring in political science or pre-law, and in hopes of becoming a lawyer and helping out with the crime, injustice, immigration policies that are here in this country today. With that, I hope that I can get a full ride scholarship to one of the East Coast schools and have that happen. So we are keeping our fingers crossed, and hopefully that will happen. Like Mr. Arce mentioned, I am involved in many programs. I love being involved. I am the president of Make-A-Wish. I am a member of the National Honor Society. I am the weekday committee chair for Key Club. And I am the #1 singles for our girls tennis team. All these programs have taught me how to be a leader, how to work as a team, how to be more compassionate, and how to give back to my community. So I will take that on to college and throughout my life to actually, you know, be more out there, be more helpful, and give a hand to those in need. One of my greatest accomplishments has been the Patriot Olympics. I can't even say how extremely proud I am of that. I always tell this story, and you guys are gonna get to hear it right now, but I remember we're in the finals, the last two teams standing, and everyone, like hundreds of students all around both teams cheering them on, and I was standing there. Mr. Fairchild was there, you know, just talking about everything that was going on. Oh, you know, we have this team over here, and oh, they're gonna fall, but they kept coming back up. They kept pushing each other. And that is one of the legacies that I hope that the Patriot Olympics and everything that I do stands with Heritage High School and the community. You know, to push each other, to be a family, to be a community, and just help each other, have compassion for others. So with that being said, I hope that the legacy for the Patriot, the main legacy for the Patriot Olympics is not only that we get to teach the students how to be better students, but how to be better human beings. So lastly, I would just like to thank all the sponsors. Again, Miss Sally, my family for coming, you know, and helping me, Mr. RSA and Mr. Fairchild. So with that being said, thank you for, you know, keeping with me through all the tears. And I am so honored to be part of the student of the Mudd family now. Thank you.
Did it. Okay, so I've been waiting 3 years for this. 3 really long years, and it starts with the very first day of school in Dayra's freshman year. So I was her PE teacher, and all the students come down out of the stands, and they line up, and they give you their name, and that's how you take roll call on the first day. And I was kind of looking down at my clipboard, and I heard this girl say, Dayra Leo. And I looked up, and I got to tell you, it was a moment that I can't even put into words, but it was a moment when I realized in only a couple seconds that I was in the place of a truly extraordinary human being. I don't know how I knew it. I just knew it. And some of you have been in those situations before where you know something about somebody in the first 30 seconds you meet them. It's something about the way they speak or talk or act. And I was blown away. So I went home that night to my wife and I said, I think I've met one of the most special people I've ever met in my life. And she's like, wow, that's a pretty quick decision you made. So about a week later, I asked Dayra, I said, what do you want to do with your life? What's going to make you happy when you walk across the stage in 2018? And she said, I'm going to be the valedictorian. She didn't say I want to be the valedictorian. She said, I'm going to be the valedictorian, and I'm going to go to an elite level college at the level of Harvard or an Ivy League type school. It was the way she said it that made me believe it. A lot of 14-year-olds say those things. They really don't know what it takes to get there, you know, but it was the conviction in which she said it. So I asked her, I said, well, do you want a partner? Do you want somebody to guide you through this? Because I know a lot of these steps to get there. And she said, absolutely. So I said, okay, well, here are a couple of things I want you to do. And I said, Key Club is the first place you got to go. And later that day, I'm walking across campus to the administration building, and she's walking out of school with that blank look on her face with all the million things she's thinking about. And I said, hey, Dayra, did you have a good day? She said, yeah, I just joined Key Club. And I had just told her that day that we need to, you know, a 14-year-old, I just joined a Key Club. And then she went and got her 10 hours and joined NHS when they were allowing freshmen in. And fast forward 3 years later, and I have never met a person in my life that is more dedicated and disciplined. Her discipline is unbelievable. She's number one in the class with a 4.63 GPA right now. When she graduates, she will have taken 15 AP or dual enrollment courses in her 4 years. 15. She's taking 6 this year and 6 last year, while doing all of these extracurricular activities that have been talked about. You talk about discipline. She's number one in the class in community service hours with 600 plus community service hours while doing all of this. I mean, we are talking about one extraordinary human being here. She didn't know even how to hold a tennis racket when she was a freshman, but me being the tennis coach, I pushed her that way. And now, as she identified, she's the number one singles as a senior. Multiple leadership roles. Well, one of the things I'm really proud of her this year is the CIF Southern Section governs 600 high schools in Southern California. They picked 15 only 15 students a year from those 600 high schools, and they pull them out and they recognize them for their character, not on the court or field, but in the classroom and in the community. And it is an honor that is unbelievable to be one of only 15 athletes in 600 high schools in Southern California. And Dara will be going to a really nice fine dining reception for that here in a couple weeks, where they're going to recognize her for that. And she's one of only 3,000 QuestBridge scholars in America. So QuestBridge is a company, a not-for-profit organization that recognizes extremely exceptional juniors. And it was quite an arduous application process to get through. And they recognized her and they brought her into the QuestBridge family. And so she referred to the fact that she's hoping that she'll end up in a back east school. Well, we're hoping it's going to be on a full ride QuestBridge scholarship. We'll see what happens. We're hoping. We'll see. But the last thing I want to say about Dara is she's a one of a kind. She's an absolute total game changer. And she has these unique combinations, and here they are. She's benevolent and competitive. She's convicted and open-minded. She's humorous and really serious. She's a leader, but she's also leadership and discipleship. She can follow just as well as she can lead, which is an amazing characteristic of a leader, is the ability to follow as well. And she's humble, but she's also really confident. And the ability to combine all of those things are just amazing. Dara doesn't know this, but my favorite memory of her is on the junior trip, the Avid junior trip last year, when I was the guide on the trip. And there was a somewhat socially uncomfortable young man that was on the trip, and I was a little worried about him because nobody was really taking care of him or taking him in. And Dara did. On that first night, she noticed him standing in line on his own at Chipotle when we had just finished all our tours. She took him in for the whole week and made sure he never ate alone and always had somebody to talk to and sit with. And I know that young man really appreciated that. I never told you this, Dara, but he told me that, how much he appreciated you doing that. And to me, it was just a sign of amazing character. The last thing I want to say to you, Dara, is thank you for being a blessing in my life with your extraordinary humanity. And thank you for giving me a new benchmark for what human greatness is. You have changed my life, and I am so thankful for everything you have brought to me and Heritage High School, and congratulations today. I'm really proud of you.
Hi, good morning. I'm just gonna say what my mom wanted to say. I want to thank all the sponsors and Dara supporters for making this happen. And Dara, you have no idea how happy and proud we are to be here to support you. You are really a passionate person who doesn't give up. You always give the best of you in everything you do. You are responsible and always have initiative. Since kindergarten, you will cry if you miss a school. You have always loved helping others. Because you have a big heart, we admire you, your courage, and you never give up. You know we have been here for you, and we will always be here for you. We know you will accomplish anything you want in life, and you're so special and unique. We love you for who you are. We're really proud of you.
Congratulations, Dara. One more round of applause for Dara, please. With that, I'd like to now introduce the California Military Institute Principal, Mr. Michael Rhodes.
Good morning. What a great day to be here. Every time I come here, I leave refreshed. It's just an amazing experience, and this is something that is truly unique to this area, because I came from an area where this didn't happen. The sponsors out there, you guys, you have no idea how important this is and how much this impacts our schools. So thank you, all of you, and thank you all of you for being here. I'm humbled to be here in the presence of students like Dara and the others. Generally, there's a theme. Usually, ladies kind of lead the charge. There's usually at least 3 to 1. I'm proud to say that today it's at least split half and half. I do see another trend. I see 3 out of the 4 in uniform, which obviously makes my heart thump just a little bit. I think we're doing something right somehow. But here's the bottom line for me. I have about an hour's worth of comments, so just bear with me. This is an amazing young lady in so many ways. But in the interest of time, I'm just going to highlight a couple of things. So Stacy will light up any room. She is probably the single most confident student I've ever interacted with in 18 years in education. She's confident, but she's not cocky. There's a fine line there. She's very confident. She's very focused. She's dynamic. She's a leader. She's driven. She's committed. She's passionate. She epitomizes the I can spirit that we embrace at our school. She's involved in so many things. I don't want to bore you with the details. I'm going to let her do that. But just to mention a few, she's a student leader, obviously, and she's a great mentor for our young people. She's a 4th-year Project Lead the Way student, and I'll let her tell you about her aspirations, but she's going to be my doctor someday. I'm looking forward to that. She's involved in cheer. She has been since she was a little tiny person. And she's just an amazing young woman who, when I see her and when other people see her, they gravitate to her because she's a natural leader. And you'll see it. She's so confident. It's almost frightening. Recently, we had people from the County Office of Education out to validate our school for a Gold Ribbon School thing, and she was kind of, I don't know how it even happened, honestly, but she was kind of named the ambassador by the visiting committee. As a consequence, she was selected to be the student, if you will, student speaker at an upcoming large event next week in the desert called Equity and Excellence, where she'll have the opportunity to introduce Dr. Judy White, our county office superintendent. So she's amazing. And then just as a last note, in the interest of time, I was checking my phone because I was waiting on something to happen at school, and I had just put out another informational piece last night about the 163rd Attack Wing at March Air Force Base. They're our active duty sponsor unit. And I was looking for, they are recognizing the student of the year, cadet of the year. And I just went through the string, and the first 3, you don't even know this yet, but are her. It's not a surprise to me at all. She's an amazing human being in so many ways. I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of what you represent, and I'm so proud to be your principal. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay, where do I begin with Stacy Bencoma? I was really privileged. She's been at CMI since 6th grade, and I met her last year in my class, and the first day she came, she's like, "Good afternoon, Miss Miller." I'm like, what students know their teacher's name right off the bat like that? I was like, wow, blown away. Every day, "Good afternoon, Miss Miller," every day. She smiles every day. I don't think I've ever seen her in a bad mood. She's not. I mean, I'm like, never, no. Like, she's been on, she was captain of JV cheer. She's been captain for varsity cheer for the last couple of years. She was sophomore and junior class treasurer. She is our current ASB vice president. And I'm going to piggyback on Mr. Rhodes. She's an amazing true leader. Her uniform is impeccable every day, and that's a lot coming from a school where, every kid's in uniform. She is just this wonderful, amazing woman, and I'm just so honored to be up here to represent her. And it's just been a blessing just to see you grow and everything. And I know she's going to succeed in becoming a doctor or physician, and I'm just honored and so happy for you and all the ways that you're going to be leading all of us. We're looking to you as to be our leader. So, thank you so much. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Before I begin, I'd just like to thank all of our sponsors and everyone's here to support everyone, not just me as Student of the Month, because I know and understand that a lot of us go through a lot of things,
And some of us don't get as much support as I'd like to say, deserve, because I know life isn't easy and things will come at you and put you down. But everyone who is in this room as Student of the Month, or who's standing here regardless, has overcome those things that they have gone through to be able to say to those people who told you that you couldn't, that I can. That regardless of what anyone has to tell about me or say about me and what I can or can't do, I will prove everyone wrong. And everyone who is in this room has that same mentality. And I just like to applaud you and myself for having that mentality and for people to stand and come and sit here and say, I made it. And you still have a long way to go, and so do I. But I want to ask all of you to keep that mentality and work for it, because it's not going to get any easier. It's only going to get harder. But as you go through life, I want you to remember today and every day that made you realize why you're alive and what your purpose is. Never forget it, and never let anyone tell you different. So, aside from this, I'd like to introduce my father, my mother, and my sister, my amazing principal, and my amazing mentor teacher. In my life, I have faced many people telling me that I can't do something based on my background or my culture or what they've heard from people or seen from other people talk about me or say things. And I'd like to say I took it in a different perspective. I took it as someone telling me I couldn't do something. Every time someone said I was too much of something, too opinionated, too stubborn, too whatever you'd like to call it. But I took it as someone telling me I couldn't do something. So every time someone told me I couldn't do something, I made sure I did it better than them. I made sure I did it better than anyone who could ever do it, because that's just the person who I am. Because I guess you can say I'm really stubborn, but whenever someone says that I'm incapable of doing anything that you'd like to name, I purposely put myself in that position, in the worst position to do it, because everyone doesn't want to do it, and I'll do it, and I'll make it better. And that's just the main motive, if you'd like to call it, that I like to carry out through what I do and throughout my life, and I will plan and continue to carry out through whatever I plan to do in my future, because I know exactly what I want to do. Just the path to get there isn't just going to be straight. It's going to be rocky and bumpy, and I'm going to be thrown up and then dumped down. But whatever happens to me, I will always get up, and I will always turn to that light and say, that's my purpose, and that's what I'm going to do, and that's where I'm going to make it, wherever anyone tells me whether I can or can't. So along that way, what I've learned through my life, and I plan to carry on to college, is that success comes in many different forms, and people like to interpret it in things that many people may not agree with or would not say is something to put into someone's life. But success, whatever it may mean to you, to me, it means to be happy, regardless of whatever I do. But I know I will be a doctor, because that's where I'm going, that's where I'm going to make it. But as long as I am happy, I know I will be successful, and I will know that if I am happy by the end of my road, that I have done everything else in my right correctly. I plan to applying to a multiple of colleges, UCs, but where my end goal is California State University Maritime Academy, another military school, as you can see clearly by my uniform. I think the military side of CMI has enabled me to not necessarily realize my potential, but to highlight the things that are good about me, so that I myself can help other people highlight those things in themselves. Because as a leader, I don't believe that we are above anyone else. I believe we are equals. And my purpose as a leader at school or in whatever I do in the future is to not help myself, but to help other people realize their potential and make it to their end goal, whatever it may be. My end goal is to become a physician, surgeon, doctor, obviously medicine, right? So there's, in the Inland Empire, there's a physician shortage that I had the privilege of seeing firsthand through this program I did over the summer, Future Physician Leaders, over in Temecula. And once I do become and reach my end goal, I want to come back into the Inland Empire and offer my talents and services to help make this community healthier and better. Because what I've seen over the summer is just something that I see that needs a lot of work, and I'm here to help. And I'm here to come back to my community and say, well, I made it to my end goal, and I want to help all of you make it to your end goal. So I just like to leave with the words, but my last words saying that whatever you end up doing in your life, make sure you are happy and make sure you make others happy. Because life isn't easy, and it isn't easy for anyone. But as long as you are happy, it'll make it easier, and it'll make you more successful. So thank you.
Okay, please forgive me with my English, not very good, but I'm gonna try. When I was in high school, I was a little bit shorter, but I liked basketball a lot, and I was playing with the high school basketball team, and I played as a forward, and all the rest of the guys were this tall, and well, the coach told me, you need to be a guard, you're not a forward, you don't have the size. But I made it my goal. I exercise a lot, and when we're in competition and in the games, you could see all these tall guys, and you could see me on the bottom trying to get the rebound. You will see all the hands up here, and all of them, of nowhere, my hand will reach out and grab the ball and got the rebound. I take this like a lesson in life, because when we grow up and become adults and get married and start raising our family, we will see high mountains all the time. So we need to focus and reach out and grab that ball. I was a little bit like Stacy when I was growing up. Everything I always wanted to be number one in everything I did. And when I didn't get number one, when I got second, I was so frustrated that I tried harder for next time. And one thing I've learned growing up and now as a parent is that no matter what you do in life, no matter how much money you make in life, if you're not happy with your family, if you don't have your loved ones around you, it's not worth it. So like Stacy said, to all you students growing up and trying harder to become something in life, make sure you're happy with what you're doing. Make sure you're helping others and make them happy. Our goal, or my goal, and what I try to teach my kids is that when we die, we want to be remembered for what we did and not for what we had. So congratulations to all you students, and keep up the good work. Thank you.
Okay, at this time, I'd like to bring up Jennifer Tomasian from Paloma Valley High School and her student Ricardo.
All right, good morning. Good morning, welcome, glad to be here. The things that impress me about Ricardo are incredibly numerous. I am impressed by the way he's never had anything lower than a 4.0. in all of his time at high school. I am impressed by the way, including the 5 honors, AP, and dual enrollment courses that he's taking this year, that he will have accumulated 11 of such courses over the time at Paloma Valley. I am impressed as someone who's often not comfortable public speaking herself in the way that Ricardo got up in front of 3,000 people last Friday at our football game and introduced the unfurling of the flag that was 100 yards long. That was incredibly impressive, Ricardo. But the thing that impresses me most about him is the way I see him interacting with our freshmen and sophomore and junior students. The way that he takes them under his wing, the way he shows caring and compassion and kindness, the way that he teaches and encourages them in everything from his roles in ROTC, which you're going to hear about from Master Sergeant, or in academics, or in just being a better human being. All of those things impress me about Ricardo. And so I know Master Sergeant Puebla has some words about him.
So good morning, everyone. Once again, my name is Frank Puebla. I'm a retired Marine and current Naval Science instructor for Paloma Valley High School. But in addition to that, I fancy myself a lover of leadership and a hunter in human excellence. And today I bring to you my biggest catch right here in human excellence, Ricardo Balderas, Herzog Balderas. And I want to tell you this, the Lord seen fit to bless me with 2 daughters, no sons. And I don't want this to come out as hyperbole, but if I did have a son, the attributes and qualities of this young man, I would hope were very similar in my son. Ladies and gentlemen, what I'm going to tell you, we revolve around a Marine Corps concept of the total Marine concept, body, mind, spirit. And keeping that in mind, Mr. Herzog here, body, mind, spirit. And I could enumerate a whole bunch of things, but I'll just give you the cliff notes. Just yesterday, we did our physical readiness test. And this young man did the 1 mile in 5 minutes and 38 seconds. He is among the most fit I have in my battalion, totaling over 200 cadets. So there's the body. The mind, as it was pointed out a moment ago, never been below a 4.0. The last 3 years, he's been in the top 25 of his particular class. And so there's your mind. And the spirit, the spirit I think sometimes is overlooked. And I think this is probably one of his strongest attributes. In his travels up the chain of command, one of his billets was being our chaplain or our lay reader. And so before every major event or whenever we came together like a family to break bread, there he was to offer grace and to give thanks. We have our weekly newsletters. He'd come out with the chaplain corner and he'd have some scripture there and he'd offer encouragement and praise. And when it comes to humility, this young man, is the top of the line right here. Ladies and gentlemen, when I think about Herzog Balderas, this young man, I could continue to enumerate all the little things that he's done, but I'll end with this. One day we were having a conversation among the many we have, and we were talking about future aspirations and things of that nature. And this young man told me that he wants to be the president of the United States. So I was thinking about it, and I was like, okay, well, we started looking at all the criteria and whatnot. It says that you have to be at least 35 years old. So that's 16 years away from now. But let us not, go too far. So we'll add another decade to that, right? So we'll say about 46 years old. So, ladies and gentlemen, I introduce to you the 52nd President of the United States, Cadet Herzog Balderas.
Good morning. I would like to thank everybody in attendance. This is nothing short of just a very humbling experience. It's something that I hold very, very dear to me, that I was able to, be endowed with such a great environment, such a great opportunity to be here today with everybody, because everybody in this room is among the elite of what society has to offer, and being just here with everybody is very humbling. I would like to introduce my mother, Deborah Herzog. She's an amazing mother. The most caring person that I have ever met, because I've lived with her my entire life. But she's just been with me through everything, and she is nothing short of just the best that I believe that God has given me. Master Sergeant Puebla, obviously a naval science instructor of our mighty Wildcat Battalion at Paloma Valley High School, and Miss Tomasian, our amazing principal of Paloma Valley High School. My college and career goals for my goals right now, I'm currently applying to the Naval Academy as well as the NROTC scholarship, which would be a full ride scholarship to whichever schools I do apply to. With that, it is obviously seems as I'm geared toward the military, which I am. Upon graduation, hopefully with a degree in the humanities, particularly history, I do wish to commission into the Marine Corps, become a leader of Marines, a United States Marine Corps officer. And then from there, not too sure about what I want to do in the Marine Corps, but I think that being a Marine is enough said there. And then, so after the Marine Corps, there are numerous paths that are possible for me to take, such as law enforcement, ROTC instructor, firefighter. But as the Master Sergeant had highlighted, one thing that I do think about is becoming the President of the United States. And it is not a easy goal, not something that many people think as attainable. But I think that with the right dedication, with the right hard work, and everything that I could do, I believe that is nothing that is not attainable for me. So that is something that I am looking forward to in the future. About current school life, so currently I am the battalion commander for the Mighty Wildcat Battalion. I am 220 cadets are under my charge. I am also involved in Link Crew, which is a junior and senior program that helps the freshmen get orientated into high school life. I'm a part of Key Club. I'm also part of the Harry Potter Club, if you guys are into that kind of stuff. And just anything that I can get. Oh, I'm also involved in the SALT team, the Student Administration Leadership Team. It was something started by our ASB president last year, and it is something that I believe it really benefits our school in just as many aspects. We have group leaders from every organization that come to it and just sharing the responsibility of making the culture and making just the entire school full of better Paloma Valley Wildcats and full of better and more experienced and initiative-taking human beings. What I think the most significant life lesson that I'm going to take with me, not only to college but throughout life, is the importance of what's up here. And it's not to say how much you know, but how much you could take. It's one thing that really sticks with me is that whenever something happens to you, it's 10% what happens to you and 90% how you react to it. And I think that has really been within me throughout my time so far growing in high school, because it really highlights the fact that, anything in this world that can happen. And once it's happened, there's nothing you could do about it but keep moving forward. And I think that that's something very important, not only for myself, but for everybody to understand, is that you can't just take the things and sulk in it. You have to take what you get, you don't throw a fit, and you keep moving forward, because that's what life is about. It's not about, your circumstances. It's about what you do regardless of the circumstances. How much you keep pushing forward and what you do to make sure that no matter what happens, you and everybody else around you is geared for the future. And I would just like to thank God and thank everybody here for this wonderful opportunity. Thank you and have a blessed day.
Hello. Thank you all for having him here today. He obviously didn't get his speaking skills from me. That wasn't my side. I am very, very proud of this young man. I'm very grateful to you all. It's every parent's dream to have somebody else recognize what we all know is there. And it's nice that everybody sees it. He, since he was young, he's always had a heart of gold. He has always been my little Captain America. And he really does live up to that. And thank you again.
And then now passing it over to Perris High School with Juan Santos as the principal and Zaul Tenorio.
Buenos dias, good morning. Thank you to all who are involved in this beautiful recognition for all of our students here in our district. I'm very excited to introduce an exceptional student, an exceptional Perris High School Panther, Saul Tenorio. Saul has many obstacles to overcome in his life. He has a medical disability that he was born with that makes it difficult for him to adequately be serviced in regular education classes without provision of special services other than those provided under the compensatory educational programs. Saul has participated in the Sports Challenge for the last 3 years. The Sports Challenge is an amazing event hosted by Perris High School. It is where all 3 comprehensive high schools participate in Special Olympics type of event. Our next Sports Challenge will be on Saturday, March 10th, by the way. After Saul graduates high school, he plans to further his education by attending a specially designed program for adult students with disabilities that will prepare him for future employment in academics. So with that, I would like to introduce to you Saul Tenorio.
Thank you, Mr. Santo. It wasn't easy doing the things you do every day in school. As for me, I have difference. I would like to thank Mr. Santos for recognizing me of this award. So is my teacher. She's nice, kind, caring. And I would like to also thank the instructors of JOTC, Charlie, Major Longoria, Master Sergeant Salcedo, thank you. I would like to thank my parents for looking out for me. Dad, Mom, gracias por su ayuda. Gracias. Now, what I do every day is kind of difficult for me. This is my first time doing this, sorry.
That's all right, just take a deep breath.
It's pretty difficult challenging myself, and and as our motto says, I never back down for anything. As our motto says, never give up. I would like to thank a couple of teachers, Ms. Bonin, and especially Miss Sophia. Now, I'm like one of those students that help other people. Generous, kind, helpful, and I help the ones that are needed. If I help them back, they help me. Of course, by that. Now, usually I have these effects when I'm outside the field. I usually tend to get a little how do you say it? Tired. When I'm having this feeling, I feel uncomfortable. It's pretty difficult having them, but I didn't let that get to me. I just keep going and going until stop for making what's right for the things that I have been challenged for over the years.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Well, this is really hard to do. I just really appreciate Mr. Santos for recognizing our special needs. I've been here for 10 years. I don't think I've ever seen a special needs student with severe needs be recognized as a student of the month, and I really do appreciate that. It's emotional because I give 110% and then some to every student that I have on my caseload. Zaul has really overcome extreme difficulties. Every day he has obstacles, like he said, to overcome. A long time ago, Marcy Savage, the director of special ed, years ago told me that my position should be something that is taken away, which means that when our students are successful, they're independent, which means that they don't need me. And Zaul really has been given opportunities to be a part of general education, which is very difficult for our severe need population to be a part of. He's in JROTC, this is his second year. He's also now this year taking a leadership role in ASB. He's been through the interview process, so this year he's actually in ASB. And then he's an incredible artist. He doesn't have his portfolio here today because it's in the works, but he's an extreme, incredibly gifted artist too. Like he said, he helps everybody, regardless. He's around a lot of students with disabilities. He's there to help staff. He's helped me. And like I said, my job is a tough one, and I so appreciate looking over and encouraging you to do things that you have a tough time doing. And I am so proud of you, Zaul, for taking these steps in life to overcome your obstacles, which I know are not easy. I'm there at the bus in the morning, and I'm like, come on, I'm your worst nightmare, let's go. To encourage him to get off the bus, and you don't want to hear my voice, let's go. So I just really appreciate, Zaul, everything you have done for these last 3 years. My job is a tough one, and to see you sitting there and being a part of things really brings light to my job, which is, again, very extreme. And I appreciate the parents to also be involved too in your life. You have an extreme, wonderful support of parents and sisters and your brother, and you're just such a great kid. And I just see a lot for you in the future, going to the next program. It's a workability program that our special needs students will be a part of. I think you will definitely have the opportunity to give back to the community, and I appreciate you so much. Thank you.
Buenos días. Buenos días a todos. Yo no entiendo un poquito inglés, pero no lo puedo hablar. So necesito.
Wishes everybody a good morning, and his English is a little bit limited. He doesn't speak English very well, but he wants to say thanks to everybody.
Más que nada les quiero dar las gracias a todos los que trabajan en la escuela con mi hijo, porque pues es un poquito difícil para ellos y para todos nosotros, la familia de él, al estar siempre pues tras él, cuidándolo de pues la incapacidad que él tiene, pero pues yo me siento muy agradecido con toda la escuela y con todos los que le hacen imposible de estar aquí a él ahora este día, y pues me siento muy contento con él, porque pues nos ha regalado siempre día con día algo que no esperaban nosotros en la familia, porque pues en su incapacidad que él ha presentado desde el que tenía 4 años, ahorita ya va un desarrollo más bien, porque no sufre de sus ataques que él ha padecido. pero sí amanece un poco cansado, a veces llega tarde a la escuela, a veces en la noche le pegan muchos sus ataques y perdón. Y pues siempre estamos al pendiente de él, más que nosotros, sus papás de él, porque pues él no nos sabe adelantar su enfermedad, de que nos avise de cuando él va a sufrir eso, todavía no sabe decir nada de eso. Nosotros tenemos que estar al pendiente de él y en la escuela yo me siento muy contento de su maestra, de sus alumnos, de sus compañeros que están junto a él. Según él me platica, algunos le han ayudado bastante y su maestra más que nada, gracias por tenerme paciencia a él, porque pues es un poco medio ¿cómo le diré? A veces que como que no pone atención, no sé si será por lo cansado de que se siente pero pues vamos haciendo la lucha a salir adelante. Muchas gracias a todos y a toda la escuela por hacer posible este día a mi hijo, que se sienta muy contento de estar aquí. Gracias.
So did everybody get that? So he wanted to thank the school. He wanted to thank in particular Ms. Post for watching over him during the times that he's in school. He knows that it could be challenging to be able to work with him, and they're always following behind him and making sure that he's receiving the adequate support that he needs in school. Because of his disabilities, sometimes he is unable to sleep well. He suffers from seizure attacks, and they're pretty severe at times. The students and the staff at our school has been very accommodating and very friendly and working with him through some of these seizures when they sometimes come up. And the dad apologizes sometimes for him having to be a little late or being a little tired in the mornings, because sometimes they're not able to predict when these seizures are going to happen, and so they constantly have to be on him. He says that when he was 4 years old, they found out that he had this condition, and so they feel somewhat blessed to be able to know that they have to take care of them day by day, and every day is something that they take and welcome with open arms with regards to his the things that he has to deal with. And so because he's unable to predict when those seizures are going to come, they're always staying on top of them, and he really appreciates all the effort that goes into our school to be able to help him with his condition. So thank you, everybody, for being here today, for celebrating all of our students. And this is my student, Perris High School Panther, Saul Tenorio. Thank you.
Thank you. My goodness, I needed all of these tissues today. I want to thank all of you for sharing, and I know that it's not easy to many times share your story with those that you're always around, but to come into a room with folks that you've never met before and to be able to share from your heart is really special. And I'd like to finish with just a couple little words. I know Grant and myself both, we just take copious notes, as probably many of you do, on the students, and we learn so much about you, and we take this back to our friends, our family, our work associates. And I want to ask you to stand when I call your name. So Dara, if you want to stand for a moment, please. And I was just really impressed, first of all, just by the fact that you are so real. I mean, you literally just broke down in tears in front of us, and yet in a few seconds later you're just now sharing this amazing story, and it was so neat to see this full circle of your heart of service and how you just desire to, not only do you love your family and appreciate your family, but you want to represent your family, and just being able to push forward and have that passion and compassion that you have. And I know you're going to be a great attorney, whatever it is that you choose to do with that, and just the fact that you're always out looking after for others that may be either less fortunate or may not have that voice. And so Thank you so much for sharing today, and God bless you. Miss Stacy, you are like a motivational speaker. So, and you are very special, and I love, again, this confident attitude, but like you said, not cocky. And very sweet, very sincere, very authentic and dynamic. And I love that I can attitude. And I'm with you on that as well. And I was just so impressed with your purpose. Many times you hear adults talk about knowing your purpose and knowing your why. And it's just neat that you share that, because it's always good, no matter, every day we may wake up and, we may say, okay, well, what does the Lord have me to do today? And it was great for me to be reminded of that as well. So I want to thank you and wish you God's best as well. Thank you. Ricardo, or they say Herzog. I was very impressed with you. Just absolutely loved hearing you speak. Speak with confidence, speaking with sincerity, and what I really enjoyed was the fact that here you are, a young gentleman with obviously great manners, values, morals, appreciation for your family, enthusiastic, engaging with others, and wanting to be possibly someday the President of the United States. And maybe I'll be a good campaign coordinator for you by that time in my life. And just love watching your mom as you spoke about her, and that always means a lot to me as well. So loved how it's about how you react regardless of what happens to you, and I think that you set the pace and the standard very well and articulated great today. So congratulations to you. And Ms. Starzul, where are you? I want you to stand right there. You just took my heart away today, I have to tell you. And I was just really touched by your humility, touched by your honesty. And here you have, yes, some challenges and special needs, but I will tell you, Zoel, that you are one dynamic and contagious individual, because people are going to flock to you because you love others, you value your parents, you appreciate all that other people have done when they've come around you, and the fact that you are taking that love that's been loved on you and you are loving back on others in whatever way that you can. And to, Mom and Dad, I can say poquito English, but I don't even speak that very well. I mean Spanish. I speak English better than Spanish, okay. Okay, I just want to say you have done an amazing job raising your son, and I would just be so proud today to be here, and just was very, very blessed. And so I just want to say to you, congratulations, and I wish you God's best as well. Thank you. I always end with John Maxwell. John Maxwell is my favorite. He's an author, a motivational speaker, and a pastor. And he's talking about the word, and we listen to this as principals with our principal meeting, but it's on the word maximum. And so we're going to share that word with you today, and I think that you'll truly like this.
Hi, my name is John Maxwell. Welcome to Minute with Maxwell. Joyce from Kansas City, Missouri, who's a speaker and an author, asked me to speak on the word maximum. Well, I think all of us want to maximize our life. Because my last name is Maxwell, we've done a lot of kind of max type of writing, thinking, creating, branding with my name. But let me just tell you this. Highly successful people, they do their job, and then some. They add value to people, and then some. They give it their very best effort, and then some. They bring home the results, and then some. Now, do you notice that every time I finish the sentence, I have the phrase, and then some? In other words, what separates a person from average to above average? What separates minimum from maximum? I can tell you the words and then some. So if you want to be a maximum person, do your job and then some, and do it consistently for a long period of time, and you will reach that bar of excellence.
Each one of you, Dara, Stacy, Ricardo, and Zul, you are that great example of and then some. You go the extra mile. And I know that all of us today, because of your stories and how you've touched our hearts, we're going to walk out of this room and we're going to say, and then some. So we want to all do that extra mile. So I want to thank you all so much from the bottom of my heart. I also want to thank our team from Paloma Valley High School that are videotaping today under the direction of dear Randy Hughes. So he's in the back over here and one of these sides over here. There you are. Thank you so much. These are our students today. Technical director Cesar Hernandez in the back, and video mixer Brandon Barnes. All right. Audio engineer, is it Astio Norris? Am I saying that right? Sort of? No? Okay. And camera number 1 is Anthony. Am I Anthony back here? Rebolido. Thank you. I needed that help. And camera number 2. Where's camera number 2? Right? Hello, camera number 2. Okay, Nick Gruth. He's really paying attention. That's a good thing. And camera number 3, Nazim, is it? Archizi. So let's give them a great round of applause because they worked so hard. And Mr. Hughes is meticulous about bringing everything in and rolling up the cords just perfectly and placing it back in his car and getting it back at the school just neatly. And after they do all that and put it back in the car, they get to have their own breakfast or lunch, whatever it is they get here today. So with that, God bless you. I know that Sarah's going to take a picture of all the students outside. So we're going to grab your gifts together. Then you'll go out front for that great picture. And may God richly bless you. Our program is now concluded. Thank you.